Get ready to see the full lineup of US General Series 3 tool storage exclusively from Harbor Freight.
Well, here we go, folks. Finally, Harbor Freight is showing us the entire new US General Series 3 line. Of course, we got the original boxes that came out back in was it June or something like that? I even have one. They sent me the 72-inch in white. You may have seen the video here on the channel. We covered a bunch of information about it. And then they came out with the 56 over the summer. And some people have been, let's say, not so patiently waiting for the 42 and the 27-inch cabinets. And yes, they're 42. I know the current ones are called 44s. There was a sizing error on them. They should have been called 42s. They just ran with 44 over the years because they didn't want to confuse everybody. So they're fixing it now, 42 and 27. But anyway, they're going to show us the whole 9 yards on it. We're going to react to it, give us our thoughts and stuff. So let's jump into it and see what else they got to show us.
The lineup includes 72-inch, 56-inch, 42-inch, and 27-inch roll cabs. Additionally, we have Ncabs, work centers, end lockers, and top chests.
Okay, real quick, let's talk about the add-ons they have for the cabinets. We saw the cabinets, the bottom cabinet, the top cabinet, and great. But let's talk about, the hutch. The hutch is great. And I think that's the number one thing that people were excited about. I have the hutch on the 72. It's fantastic. I've seen the hutch on the 56. I had the hutch on the Icon in that size, or was it 56? Anyway, around there. And it was perfectly serviceable. I've had tons and tons and tons of people ask me, are they going to make one for the 42? Are they going to make one for the 27? And I've had deep, long discussions with Harbor Freight. And I can tell you right now, they have zero intention of building a hutch or work center for the 42 or for the 27. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you the truth, okay? They feel that they're too small and too cramped. You can disagree. Put it down in the comments if you disagree. If you want a work center for the 27, put it down there. I'm sure they'll read it. But that said, I'm just telling you what the news is that they told me. All right, let's keep going.
The entire line of US General Series 3 tool storage has been designed, engineered, and tested here in the US by Harbor Freight's internal teams of product experts and engineers.
All right, I think this is actually really key here because a lot of people try to go off, and it's usually not people who are actually looking at buying it. It's usually people who are already invested in something else and they want to make you feel bad about their purchase and go, well, those cabinets aren't made in the U.S. I get a lot of comments on this channel when we talk about Harbor Freight about how Harbor Freight just sells Chinese-made products. And then I'm like, well, where are you buying your products? So like Home Depot. And I'm like, they're coming from the same factories, dude. Point is, you need to understand is that they're not buying these cabinets off the shelf for somebody. They're working with manufacturers. They're doing the design. They're doing all the testing. You saw they have this all in-house. They built this huge center for all this stuff down there. I think it's in Calabasas. It's a really cool setup. They did leak some of the stuff. They showed us about it before, about what they do in there. I'd love to see more of it. But the fact is, Harbor Freight employs more Americans than any other tool company in the world. All right, I'm talking Stanley Black & Decker, I'm talking Snap-on, I'm talking all of them. They employ more Americans. So it isn't just a case of, well, we're just sending all this money over to China. Harbor Freight employs Americans and they support Americans. Now you take do with that what you will, but let's be honest about if you're going to bring up the conversation, let's be honest about the whole conversation, okay? Let's keep going.
This painstaking process has taken years as we have tested every single raw material, subcomponent, and finished good to make sure that it doesn't just meet the industry's most stringent standards, but exceeds them. Rest assured, every single component of US General Series 3 has been engineered and manufactured to withstand decades of abuse and even the most demanding of professional environments.
All right, let's pump the brakes here. I mean, it's cool to see all the ways they test these and the UV and the environment and heat and cold and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. That said, did you catch the last part of what he said there? He said that these are built to survive even the most, rigorous professional environments. So they're saying right there, they're going whole hog, they're hanging their hat on this. These are designed to not only be for the DIYer, but for professionals as well. Now I know, let's slow down. There's somebody already running off to scream about how these are not as good as Snap-ons, and they're not. You need to just, I don't know, take something, relax, do some medication, maybe that too. Because there's a lot of different levels of what a pro is. And not everyone needs to spend enough money that's going to undercut their child's, continued education just so they can have a shiny box to put their tools in. And good Lord, do not give me that, well, it has to be 30 inches or it's not a real toolbox. You guys are just nothing but trolls, because I've been doing this a while. And when the boxes were 18 inch, you said, well, they have to be 22 inches. And then they released the Series 2 and they're 22 inches. And they're like, no, real pros use 24 inch boxes. And then they came out with the 25 inch icons. And you're like, no, they have to be 30 inch boxes. You guys keep moving that goalpost so much. Did you get a wheel kit installed on it? How do you move that thing around so fast? I'm just done with you at this point. All right, let's keep going.
Series 3 was designed to be fully modular. That means there are hundreds of different custom configurations to choose from to meet your specific tool storage needs. Now, no matter which configuration you go with, there are several different colors to choose from.
All right, we talked about the colors and everything else, but can we stop and talk about that setup? What was that? 4 72-inch bottom boxes, 3 top chests, a work center, and a side cabinet. Now, I did the math on that. That's $11,100 worth of boxes if you wanted to recreate that wall of storage, which was pretty epic. But that and that does sound, I mean, let's be honest, that's $11,000 is, you can buy yourself a decent used car. I was looking at a 2-door Tahoe the other day for just under $10,000. So you could buy something decent for that. Now that said, understand that 11,000 like that would be the price of one 72-inch box off of a tool truck. Just one. And you could have one box, or you could have that whole cabinet wall. Or you could have like a 2002 2-door Tahoe with low mileage. Thinking about it. All right, let's keep going.
Each and every drawer features a full width latch for easy access. Once inside, you'll notice they all come with a pre-cut non-slip drawer liner to reduce unwanted tool movement. And all of the drawers are supported by heavy-duty, full extension ball bearing slides rated at 120-pound capacity per pair for easy storage of even the heaviest of tool collections.
Okay, first off, I gotta say I love the black and yellow, their whole bumblebee kind of look. It looks sharp. But that said, we already know about the mats and the slides and all that kind of stuff. It's no different than what we've seen in the bigger boxes. And if you want more details on that, go find my video where, we got the white cabinet in. You can take a look at it and the whole 9 yards. Now, that said, there are a lot of questions where, are they going to change the drawer design on the 27? Because it's a pretty small box, and it's not like you can break it up and do different banks and cabinets and stuff. But what they did is they did deepen, not depth, but height-wise, that first drawer. And now it matches all the other drawers. It's also going to allow you to store bigger tools in there, or, upright deep sockets and stuff like that. And it's going to, again, it's part of that whole like matchiness that they're doing with everything. It looks good. I like it.
For Series 3, the end locker has grown from 16 inches to a full 22 inches wide. The door is still configurable to open either from the left or the right. And once inside, you will notice there are 4 adjustable height shelves. We also have added venting in the rear wall so that you can run a mini fridge inside of the end locker. At the bottom, you'll notice that there is a drawer that has full-length ball bearing slides, as well as an included pre-cut non-slip drawer liner. Okay, the side lockers. I love the new side lockers, okay? Now, if you guys have been around the channel, you know that I had the icon cabinet, and I had the 50-ish inch box, I had the work center, I had the top box, and I had the side locker. And I absolutely loved the usefulness of that side locker. And this looks like they took basically all the design notes from the icon and moved it over to the US General series. There's not much about this I don't like other than the price, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. It's bigger, it's better designed, it's got all these features. I love it. The price, the question is, can they justify the price? Well, as I said, we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. For Series 3, the Ncab features an additional 5,000 cubic inches of tool storage across 6 drawers. All 6 drawers feature the same heavy-duty, full extension, ball-bearing slides found on the main roll cab itself, and they come with pre-cut, non-slip drawer liners.
And again with the side cabinet box there. The same concept. They deepen that top drawer. It now matches all the way across. So you get a 56 or a 44, even a 27. It's going to give you that continued drawer look all the way across. It's not going to stagger or anything weird like that. And it's going to give you more access to deep sockets, bigger tools, that kind of stuff. And it's going to give you that kind of matching look all the way across.
One of the most common questions that we've been getting is, will Series 3 be backwards compatible with Series 2? The answer is absolutely. So if you have an existing Series 2 roll cab, you can bolt on an Ncab, a work center, an end locker, or even a top chest and enjoy full functionality.
All right, let's talk about what I don't like about the cabinets. Now they do have, it's better. So the unlatching system, which is like this little honeycomb thing that's underneath the handle, it used to be only on the far right side. And now they have it so it goes all the way across. That's better. Still hate it. Hate it with a passion. Is it unusable? No, it's perfectly usable. But it's not as nuanced. So I had the Tecton cabinet. It had the full length of the drawer, the handle flipped up to unlock as you pulled out. Absolutely love that. I think they're made by Rousseau. It's the best handles that are out there. I would say I like the Icon with its, they've got a system where it doesn't actually lock. There's a detent and you can adjust. On the slides, you can adjust the tension of that detent to the point where it almost feels like a lock. Of course, you can also lock it with a key, but there's no like button or switch or something you have to undo. You just have to pull harder. And that wasn't bad. I actually rather liked it. Not as much as I like the Rousseau cabinet. Now, the other thing I don't like is what they did with the 27-inch top box. When I saw the 56 and the 72, the top boxes they were doing on those, I was super excited because I've said for the longest time that even if they didn't give us a hutch, I wanted that sort of demi hutch up on top that gave you enough room to open it up, put some chargers in there, and put some batteries on there, and maybe store some other tools and whatnot. And they did that. Not the biggest one that's out there in the market, but they already have the work center, so they don't need the biggest. It just needs to be big enough. And they did that with the top boxes on the 72, on the 56, and now on the 42. But they didn't, at least by looking at that image, they didn't do it on the 27. And if you look all the way across, the whole point of this was these were all supposed to be universal, but the 27-inch top box doesn't seem, and it could just be perspective. So I'm not going to fully give them an F on this, but it doesn't seem to be as tall as the other boxes. I was really looking forward to it with my setup here because I got the 72 across the bottom. I don't need, another 56 for it, but I thought about getting a full stack of the 27 going up the side with a lot of thin drawers for all the smaller stuff. I could keep the bigger stuff in the lower cabinets, all the thin stuff, machining tools, gunsmithing kind of stuff that I have, all that kind of stuff, put it over there. And it's going to be weird if it doesn't match the height. I don't want to have I was thinking putting a side cabinet on the left, my bottom box with the hutch, and then a stack of 27s on the right. And if it's going to go straight across and then dip down, I'm not going to like that. Is it going to hurt me? No, it's not going to take my lunch money or anything. It's just going to be I look at it, I'm just like, it could have been right. It's so close. I mean, you saw that wall of gray boxes. Beautiful thing. You want it to have, when you sit there and you say, hey, all these things match up, you want them to all actually match up. So again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Harbor Freight will comment on it or something. I don't know. We'll see. Now, let's talk about pricing and stuff like that and what's out there right now. So if you go to the website right now, you will not see these boxes. They released the video. I'll put a link to the full video down below. I didn't cover everything that's in the video. Some of it we've already talked about stuff before. But if you go on the website right now, sorry, quiet phone, 56-inch, $900, 72-inch, $1,800. Now, a lot of people were like, why would I not buy the 56-inch and then get the side cabinet? Because that's essentially what the 72-inch is. You're not wrong about that. The difference is you're not going to get the same kind of total weight capacity, and you're not going to be able to put a 72-inch hutch on the whole thing. All right. Now, whether that's cost effective for you, that's a call for you to make. Now, as far as the 44, which is going to be going forward, is going to be the 42. They're not on the website, but we can see the Series 2 is here, starting at $250, and that is a screaming deal. And as you saw in the video, they are backwards compatible, and that's a huge issue, okay? So many people came and were like, but are they backwards compatible? Yes, they are backwards compatible. But yes, the trims won't match. Now, they are going to be coming out with replacement trims for the US General, but honestly, it's not that hard to black out the trims on the Series 2. All right, I should say they're coming out with trims for the Series 3. I think they're going to be graphite or titanium and something else. I don't know if they're coming out with chrome. I thought they were coming out with chrome. I could be wrong. But anyway, if you like the chrome, and I'm not a big fan of chrome, to be entirely honest. So it doesn't hurt me that they switched to the new black ones. I actually like the handles better. But there are ways to adapt these to make them look more color correct. You'd probably have to paint the wheels if that's going to bother you that much. But look at the price on that 26-inch cabinet at $179. You know, for those of you who've been around, you know I've got 3 or 4 of these Craftsman boxes that I just absolutely hate. And just feel like they're, it's like luggage. You buy this thing, you can't get rid of it because you paid for it, but it doesn't live up to what you need. And anyway, the point is, if I could find like 3 or 4 of those at $180, I would buy them all. So be sure to scour your local stores, see what you can find. It'd be great if they came in white. They're not going to come in white, but my current boxes are red. But anyway, it's $180. That is a ridiculous price. Anyway, let's see what else we got. And then we've got here. Let me mute that. I don't usually like to mute my phone because I always forget to unmute it, and then I miss calls from my kids and stuff, and it's important. So if you hear that, that's why we don't mute the phone. I'm a dad. I love doing the channel, love working with you all, but being a dad comes first. 56-inch box, $400 clearance. That's insane. Now we got the 72-inch box. Good luck finding one. But if you do, $1,200. Now let's talk about the side cabinets and such. This is what I was talking about. $400 on that side box. Now that is cheaper than the Icon, and it's a nice upgrade. It's a great box. That's a lot of money for that side box. We're gonna have to wait and see what the actual sale price on this is when it comes out. $280 on the end cabinet. Again, that one doesn't feel like it's as much of a gouge. But prices are going up on everything. We just have to bear, you can't sit there and be that guy who's like, well, back in the 60s, we paid this nickel for this. Great. You can get yourself a time machine. Let me know how that works out for you. I'll take 2. But again, the $400 seems like it's a bit far. But again, if people don't buy them, prices will come down. If people think they're great, prices might go up. So I might be proven wrong on that one. 56-inch top box, it's $600. That's already out. $500 on the hutch. The rest of these are already out. But then we can see some of the top boxes. Look at that, 56-inch double bank for $200. Now, you notice most of the colors are not there, so you're going to be kind of limited to what you can get. But there's a lot of uses for something like that. If not in your tool roll cabinet, maybe on a workbench or something like that. That's a great setup. $100 here for the 44. $100 for the 26. I might put one of those on my trailer or something. That would be really cool. Anyway, and good luck finding this end locker. If you find that end locker for $100, it's like winning a scratch off. Congratulations. So anyway, that's all I got for you. I know someone's going to comment down below. So when are the launch date for the 42 is basically now. Should be launching any week here. And then next month, probably right around Christmas or before Christmas, we're going to see the 27s launch. The end cabinets and the end lockers are already on the website, so you can take a look at those. If you got other questions, check out my other videos. I probably covered most of it. If I haven't covered it in those and I didn't say it in this, then I don't know it. So I try to share every bit of information I got with you. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.